This is Timothy Bradley, #1 junior welterweight in the world. You watching Pound for Pound DVD.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We have to choose Thanks, my little mama right here, little Jada.
Best thing that ever happened next to that
I'm trying to learn you, man. This right here, man. This is life changing right here. You know? Add more fuel to the fire, you know what I mean? No one's giving me a chance, you know what I mean? No one's giving me a chance. You know, they say that he's gonna run through me, that I'm not strong enough, that I'm not big enough. And I say, you know what? I think a lot of people don't know where I come from, and I think that's the reason why everybody's kind of like leaning towards Pacquiao or kind of skeptical and like, man, you know, this kid is really hungry.
Does that drive you?
It drives me up a wall, man. It drives me. It pushes me to go beyond, above. And beyond, you know what I mean? Because I want to prove everybody wrong, and then after the fight, you know, I'm definitely going to be like, you know, like anybody.
Right, but you know what? Look at me now.
Yeah, and it's going to be sweet. But see, the thing is that my last couple of fights, I fought against softballs, and only thing I had to do was pressure them, because they can't take pressure. So, you know, whatever you don't like, I'm gonna just throw it in your face all night, and I figure it out in the ring. Because I train the same way for every fighter. I train if they're gonna pressure me. I train if I'm gonna need the box. So, you know, in training camp, I'm ready for every aspect of the game. And that's what makes me different. I just don't have one game plan and stick to it. Right. You know what I mean? I have a couple of game plans that I can do. You know, if I need to revert to boxing, if I need to pressure him,
you adjust,
you know, I make adjustments. So I train for every aspect of the fight. You know, I even train for a knockdown. If a knockdown happened, what do I do? You know, if the mouthpiece fell out, what do I do? If I get hit with low blow, what do I do? You know what I mean? So we train for every aspect for the inevitable. That a lot of fighters fail to realize that, you know, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm invincible. No, you're not. Manny Pacquiao is not invincible, guys. Right. He's not. And no fighter in this game is invincible. And we saw that when Roy Jones.
Right. Exactly.
I was so hurt, man, when Roy Jones, because I was a huge Roy Jones fan, and I was so hurt when I saw Roy Jones get knocked out, man, for the first time. I think the whole boxing world just was like, oh my God.
Against
Tyson was worse though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
did Tyson too.
And Tarver kind of working Joe.
Tyson too against yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, yeah. I mean,
his mother just died a couple
it's
days
crazy,
ago.
man. Terry Norris is a great fighter. I know him personally. I don't compare myself to him. He was a dynamic puncher, you know, a great puncher and a great boxer. But you know, one fighter that I really admire, you know, a lot is Marvin Hagler, you know, because he's a workman, dude. He's a workhorse, you know what I mean? He wasn't flashy. He just come to fight, you know, and that's my style. I like to fight, you know.
And he got a ball.
He was a really, and I do got a big cranium, you know. I mean, you can't miss this dome, you know what I mean? Everybody always talk about my head, big old head, this and that, or whatever. It don't bother me, man. I've been getting those comments since I was a kid, man. You know, since I was a kid, big head. I mean, so, you know, I might change my name.
How many guys get beat up in school because they...
Talk about my head? Yeah. Man, I probably had over 200, at least 200 street fights, you know, in school, you know what I mean? And you know what? If you're watching this and I put hands on you, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was a little boy. No, I'm just kidding.
It's too late to sue.
But thank them, because they made you what you are. They made you what you are today.
Real story. Some lady came up to me, it was a couple of years ago, and she was just like, Timothy Bradley? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, you remember when you cussed me out and flipped me off and my daughter? And I was like, really? Did I do that, ma'am? And she was just like, yeah, I remember. And I'm like, I'm very sorry for that. I apologize, you know, but she still was like hurt by that, you know, that I did that.
It stayed with her, right?
It stayed with her because I was a rude kid, you know. So
are you gonna watch the Mayweather-Cotto fight just in case there's something in the future with any of those two guys?
I ain't watching that fight.
No? How come? It just
Mayweather
gets in the way of like your training or whatever?
Mayweather's too quick for Pacquiao. For Cotto. He's too quick. He's too quick for Cotto. Mayweather. He very defensive style, but I think Cotto's going to open up and allow Mayweather to, I mean, catch him with counters, bust him up, and probably might even stop him, man. So I think a late fight stoppage, you know, maybe 10, 11 rounds.
Oh, yeah?
You know, just from the swelling, Yeah, you know, all them shots Mayweather gonna be hitting him with, man. He's gonna pop shot the crap out of him all night.
You think it's gonna be a respectable fight where it's competitive for a while? Or
it's going, you know, Mayweather's just gonna, he's just gonna tag him at will, you know. And that's,
so is there a challenge for you, or what do you think? You think you could go at him?
Oh, at Mayweather?
Mayweather or Cotto, either one. You think it's a challenge?
Either or. Both of those guys are great fighters. You know, I watched a lot of film on Cotto. He's a great fighter as well. You know, Mayweather's an excellent fighter. I think both of those fights are challenging. You know, I think Mayweather being, you know, who he is and what he does and the way he fights, he's more challenging than any fighter out there in the world.
So you rather face Mayweather or Cotto? Which one? If you would have to choose.
Mayweather. The best, man, the best. It all makes sense.
Are you a student of the game? You know, a lot of fighters today don't watch old fights.
They're crazy.
They don't know the sport.
They crazy. If you don't watch, if you're not a student of the game, you don't know your history. If you don't watch fights and study, you know, I'm not saying I'm like, you know, history. I should get a history major or something in boxing, but you know, I know that I watch a ton of fights. I got a ton of videos of, you know, of all kind of fighters from every generation that I watch and I pick up things from, you know, and you know, I mean, Mayweather. I picked up a lot of things from Mayweather, a lot of things that, you know, he says, a lot of things that he does, a lot of things from Hagler, a lot of things from Sugar Ray. I mean, different fighters. Roy Jones. Oh, Hagler Leonard? Sugar Ray gonna kill me, but Hagler won. Sugar Ray gonna kill me, but I thought Hagler won. Who won? Chavez. Whitaker.
Oh, Whitaker.
Yeah. Whitaker.
What do you think about the fight that's hands down? Whitaker. That's hands down.
Yeah.
Whitaker.
You like the whole trash talking part of the game for selling tickets and at press conferences and stuff? Didn't happen today, but if it was a Mayweather here with you, and you know he's going to get trash talking, would you embrace that and go back at him, or would you sort of keep the way you are now?
I just keep the way I am, man. You know, the trash talking is great for the, you know, some people they like it. You know, it's turmoil. It's, you know, people like it, brings a lot of hype and a lot of attention to the fights, but you know, that's just not the way I do it. You know, Mayweather does it. You know, he's a bad guy. You know, Mayweather is actually a nice dude, man. You know what I mean? He's a nice guy. You know, I met him. You know, but you know the way he acts on TV, he just sells fights, man. That's all he does. If you got to know a person in order to judge him. So you know, and I mean, I think he's a good dude. You know, and Manny's a really good dude, and you know, I think a lot of fighters are really good dudes, man. That's just, you know, I think that they put on that face, you know, to sell fights.
To sell pay-per-view, right?
To fight,
Randy, you beat Manny Pacquiao. What about a fight with you and Floyd Mayweather?
Oh, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. I mean, real talk, man. I got a video. It's around, man, and I won't. If that moment ever happened, then we'll bring it out. We'll bring it out. It was I forget, it was probably one of my sixth fight or something. I said if Mayweather was still around, I said I'll be the first man to dethrone him, you know, and I believe it. I mean, I believe it, but you know, it's you know, I mean, you know, would that ever happen? I don't know. I don't know if that fight would ever happen, but it is still funny that, you know, we do have some of that footage still lurking around, man. If that fight ever came about, I think it would be hot.
You come into fights in excellent shape.
Yep.
Excellent shape. Why have you adopted a vegetarian diet? Why, you know, why a vegetarian diet?
You know why? Because it's cleaner. You know, it's fuel. It's not like, you know, and a lot of the meat today that we eat, you know, there's a lot of like antibiotics and all this stuff in your body, and you know, and meat takes a long time to digest. You know, and you use a lot of energy trying to burn that stuff up. So, you know, having a vegetarian diet, you know, the food comes in and man, you use it as energy, you burn it up really quickly, you know, quickly.
When you off, do you eat meat at all?
Oh yeah. I'm a carnivore, man. My dad, I mean, look how big my dad is, man. He's a protein freak, so you know, he always eating protein and stuff. So I like fish, I like chicken, you know, steak and stuff like that. So I mean, when I'm off, I do eat and indulge in meat, but you know, when I'm training, it's just, you know, man, I feel clean, I feel good, I feel like, you know, like, I don't know, man. You got to do it to understand the way I feel. If you know any vegans, they'll tell you the same thing. It's just a sense of clarity, bro. Just clarity, man. Like you're able to think, you're able to function. Like you know what you want. You know, you make the decisive answers right on the spot. You already know what you want. You know, it's just like you want to go here, you want to do that. That's what I want to do. But as opposed to not having that, you be like, I'll be thinking too much. I'm like, man, well, I don't know what I want to do. But when I'm on vegan, I know exactly what I need to do. Plus, I have so much energy, man. So much energy. That's why 12 rounds, No problem. Let's go. Let's go.